Barack, he had to adjust to what on time was for me.
Because he was on that island time.
Well, but, I've got this husband who's like, when it's time to leave, it's 3 o'clock, he's getting up and going to the bathroom. And I was like, dude, like 3 o'clock departure means you've done all that, It's like, don't start looking for your glasses, at the 3 o'clock departure. But he's improved over 30 years of marriage. But that was you must adjust.
What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from the Recording, and we truly are in a new golden era. The old guard is done. Everyone is sick of the leaders that got us into the mess that we're in now. And Michelle Obama, Big Mike, has started a podcast, and it has so spectacularly flopped. I mean, when you ask yourself, Jeremy, when you say a flop, did it really flop? I've seen your titles and your thumbnails. I assure you, this has to be one of the most humiliating moments for Michelle Obama in her life. She went on a worldwide media tour on The View and all these shows promoting her podcast, a podcast that everybody must want to listen to because it's Big Mike Obama. Don't you want to get all the inside scoop from the First Lady? Well, it turns out that nobody did. And the podcast was so incredibly bad that it had in 14 hours, it amassed just 3,000 views and thousands of dislikes. And I hope that the comments are still turned on so we can enjoy them together. Let's get into this. So Michelle Obama, first let's get into the clownery. By the way, thank you everyone for helping getting me going on Amazon. All of our K-Cups are now in stock, available for free next day shipping. Our whole bean and our ground are all there. My ask is we're at 471 now. We need 529 more reviews, which means I need 529 people to pick up a box of K-Cups or a bag of ground or whole bean, and then go scroll down and leave a review. I promise I'll stop bugging you to leave reviews once we get up to 1,000 on, these K-Cups and our ground and whole bean. Because then people generally know we're not like some fly-by-night operation. We've been around for 3 years. We're a tight team of about a dozen people now. And I could really, really use your help to compete against Bones Coffee and Black Rifle. I know I'll never be bigger than them, but it'd be nice one day. My goal by the end of next year is to have our coffee available in grocery stores and convenience stores, which would be so cool. But I can't do it without your help. New Michelle Obama podcast, IMO, only gets 12,000 views in 14 hours. And then the newest episode was 3,000 views in 14 hours. Hit me up, Michelle. I know how to fix this. Nobody likes Big Mike. This is when people talk about the mandate. This is the mandate, okay? Then you look at this. Robbie Starbuck. Michelle Obama started a podcast, IMO, with her brother. It's sponsored by Pine Sol and Rivian, two brands that, like, anybody would, that is a dream sponsorship. You know what I mean? Like, an absolute dream sponsorship. Rivian. By the way, how does Rivian have any money to sponsor anybody? I do like their one truck, but they're hemorrhaging money. Anyway, and Pine Sol. The show has 14,000 and 13,000 views. Rivian calls Latinos Latinx, and they're just another woke company propping up unpopular wokeness. Everybody is clowning. I mean, everybody's done with these, like, what would you call them? Like, fake idols. Or like, the Obamas got like this big money to start a podcast on Spotify, didn't they? Never did it, I don't think, or it flopped. Meghan Markle got a huge deal from Netflix. Everyone hated her, and she's probably not going to get renewed. Here you said Benny Johnson. Michelle Obama's first couple podcast episode absolutely flopped, not even getting a combined 20,000 views in 15 hours after posting. The comments are filled with people saying nobody asked for this. What an utter failure. Who thought this was a good idea? I mean, ultimately, again, the mask is off. In the past week, the corporate media desperately tried and spectacularly failed to astroturf fraudulent new woke personalities and products. This is the bigger point. Representative Al Green, civil rights hero, fail. Michelle Obama podcast launch, fail. Dylan Mulvaney biography launch, fail. Disney race swapped Snow White, bomb. It's total panic time. The fake money and clicks and audiences are gone. They never existed. It was a mirage and algorithmic magic trick. I 100% believe this. Remember after the election, how many of these Democrat podcasters were losing thousands of social media followers a day? Do you know why that was, in my opinion? It was because they stopped paying for the bots. I'm not saying the individual podcasters were paying for them. I'm saying that some dark money, some dark marketing agency at the DNC was doing that. It's like artificially inflating. Like, do you even see that Brooklyn Dad Defiant anymore in your algorithm? I don't. Do you ever see Harry Sisson? I don't. It's because these people were fake and astroturf. They never existed in the first place. All that's left is the brutal reality that left-wing quote influencers were never popular at scale, and this country's 80-20 against their pagan, spiteful worldview. I wouldn't say 80-20. I'd probably say 75-25 or even 70-30. Meanwhile, merit-based independent media with true talent and grit and work ethic is gaining influence and audience on a parabolic scale. It's over for the broken, dying corporate media and their fake influence machine. Good riddance, authenticity and merit. Truth reigns supreme. Look, I mean, I wouldn't say my YouTube channel is growing anymore, but I feel like YouTube is doing some weird stuff going on right now. But my Rumble channel is growing. I'm even on TikTok, The Quartering News. I'm on Instagram, The Quartering News. On both of them. Those channels are both growing okay. But they're channels that I've never really invested in before. I wonder how my TikTok channel, like I'm on TikTok, a right-leaning person on TikTok. Well, it's not that great. But like, I gained 900 followers yesterday. I stopped producing videos for a long time. That's really the truth of it. Like in February, I did 12 videos. In March, I've done, minus 302 because I cleared out a bunch. But you see, now I'm coming back, and I think I've got like 44,000. How about Instagram? Probably less. I don't really know how to do Instagram. Like, am I supposed to post pictures of my food? I don't really know. But like, ultimately, I don't know. Like, here's my Instagram. Well, yeah, it's growing. It's not parabolic, but it's growing. And you can see ever since I started paying attention to it, it started growing. Let's look at the actual, by the way, these people are so insufferable. Here's a tweet from Isabella Moody. They keep trying to sound more and more oppressed.
As a result, you and me, we were physically close growing up.
You
remember when we used to share a bedroom?
Of course.
So I shared a bedroom with my sister too. Am I supposed to say that's racism? No, that's called being working class, having working class parents. We lived in an apartment with one bedroom. Right? That is not a uniquely Black experience.
That was our life growing up. We shared the same room until you went to high school, right?
That's right.
Well, let's first just recall
her brother
how
looks
small
like more of a
the apartment we lived in. It seemed like it was huge, but it was essentially 2 bedrooms, right?
No, it was 1 bedroom.
Well, that little offshoot bedroom that Mom and Dad stayed in, you would consider that a bedroom.
But that was the only bedroom. The room we were in was actually the living room. And the living room what we called the living room was actually the dining room.
Huh.
So it sounds like there's at least 3 rooms in that apartment. I mean, they're like trying to do this oppression Olympics. Come on, please tell me the comments are still on. Yes. Okay. So here is the episode. Most of the views now are people coming to dunk on it. By the way, a full day ago, 1,000 upvotes, 1.4 thousand upvotes, 2,000 downvotes. Let's look at some of the replies. The fact that Michelle Obama and her team are definitely going to see these comments is pretty entertaining. Who's here from X? What happened to your chef? What have you done, Mike? Imagine waking up the next morning and getting a reality check that the internet doesn't like you. I mean, Joan Rivers know the truth. A lot of people bringing up Joan Rivers, who famously called out Michelle Obama trans, I believe, or a cross-dresser or something like that. Prediction, this dude's going to reveal itself in the last episode of the podcast. You fellas going to tell us about the $65,000 of hot dogs and pizza that Barack Obama had shipped to the White House? Big Mike, how's it hanging, my buddy? To the left or to the right? There isn't a single positive comment here. Just a couple of dudes being bros. Hey, next episode, can we talk about Obama's $65,000 hot dog order? When you spend more time on the microphone than on the talent, oh, they have a fancy microphone? Yeah, it's just an SM7B. It's the same microphone I use. But I mean, like, this is a crushing mandate that America doesn't care about these people anymore. I don't have anything personally against Michelle Obama, but I do believe that the world has moved on from Michelle Obama. The world has moved on from Barack Obama. The world has moved on from fake leftoid mock celebrities. And I will tell you this. Could you imagine how embarrassed Michelle is? There's no way she continues this podcast. There's no way. How about the other episode? There's 2 episodes now. This one has 49,000 views. Okay. So they definitely did some promotion. But also, if you look at it, this is probably because of, at least 6,000 people came here to dislike it. So I'm sure that this is inflated by the haters, right? By people who are coming here to make fun of it. Let's see if we can spot a positive comment. Remember when this guy drowned his chef in a lover's quarrel? I paid the IRS fine for 3 years in a row because your husband said I should pay for health care that I couldn't afford or else. Came here for the comments, didn't watch the video. This should be called Drop the Mic with Michelle Obama. That's actually a better title. The internet is a great gauge for just how influential someone is. The old guard media is absolutely dead. Click on the video, immediately hit pause, go to the comment section, popcorn. Everybody here is just here to dunk on it. These people's popularity was completely manufactured, and we are in a new golden era. Here, Maureen Callahan writes, Michelle Obama's rage-filled new podcast betrays the truth about her marriage, and oddly, it all seems to tie back to Meghan Markle. Nobody likes this podcast. Nobody likes these people. People like Dylan Mulvaney, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, they were all fake celebrities popped up probably by USAID money. You absolutely love to see it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. Thanks again for helping me make my way on Amazon. Free next day shipping on everything that's Prime. It's crazy. It's much cheaper to buy on Amazon. I'm not really making much money on Amazon right now, but it's about getting out there and getting new people to find our brand. And then after you pick it up, please remember to come back to the product you bought, scroll down by the customer reviews, write a customer review. Once we get to 1,000 reviews, I'll shut up about it. All right. All I want is to have each one of my products to have 1,000 reviews, and then I'll let the chips fall as they may. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.